ICC. Diyos ko, si Trillanes, ano na yan, magbe-birthday na naman, mag-anibersaryo na naman yung sinasabi niyo, maglalabas na ng warrant ang ICC. It just shows his ignorance of not only of international law, but the Rome Convention, the procedures in the ICC, and all of that. He is talking out of his rear end. Okay? It's the wrong end of Senator Trillanes who is speaking here. So, ayan, magkakawarrant na. Magkakawarrant na pala. Eh, bakit nagsasubmit pa kayo ng additional evidence? Ibig sabihin, palpak na noon? Why is he saying, oh sige, let's send this, let's send all of this. Ibig mo sabihin, yung mga pinadala ninyo noon was not enough? Meaning, nasa interest nila na tanga yung mga tao. So they don't explain the ICC. Have you seen anybody on their end explain how things go in the ICC? No? SAS does that. We do that here in Luminous. Other people do that. But they do not explain how the ICC works. They do not explain what's going on. Diba? Anong kamusta naman nangyayari? So, ang nangyari kay SAS pala, by the way, just as a matter of public service, si SAS still has her personal account. She was hacked, if I'm not mistaken, or na mahina talaga ang ibang security features ng Facebook or ng Meta. But she will be back hopefully soon. In the meantime, tangkilikin pa rin natin si SAS doon kasi ang kanyang personal account, SAS Logando Sasot. Okay? Ay, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Kamusta naman po kayo? So marami sa atin ang are still, alam niyo yan, parang nabuhayan ng loob dahil sa appearance ng dating Pangulo doon sa Senate hearing. Ngunit may naririnig po na tayo ngayon na syempre ang mga katunggali o ang mga hindi kakampi ay nagpaplano ng some kind of pushback. Ang so far, at ayon sa mga sources natin, nag-confirm naman yung ibang mga nasasabi ni Maharlika, is that the plan now is to double time yung paninira. So, alarin natin, paano ba ang paninira na ginagawa ng mga kasalukuyang opponents ng mga Duterte, yung mga mahilig manira. Okay, so we know that the Quadcom will try to do double time. So we know that. We also know that they hire trolls. Ano yung nature ng mga trolls nila? So ang trolls nila, very few have actual pages or accounts. Ang ginagawa nila ay sumasagot sila bilang nagkokomento sila sa iba't ibang mga pages natin. Nagkokomento sila sa mga comment sections ng mainstream media to support usually yung stand ng mainstream ay against the Dutertes. So thank you, June. Ano pa? Yung iba meron na ring mga pages, so they support yung mga anti-Duterte pages. But very few of them have pages with followings, katulad ng mga support na yung basic support ng ating dating Pangulo. Thank you, Christian. So, babantayan natin yan. Kumbaga, kaya pala nagwo-work yung block delete. Hindi na po yung katulad ng dati ha. Hindi ito katulad ng dati na ang mga trolls are, they are paid per comment or so. Maybe there are some that are, but the ones that are currently being hired by many of those in government have monthly incomes. So ang tinitignan lang ay yung mga effectivities, etc. And they entrust to the handler yung budget. Okay, so may handler. Ayun, sabi ni Ma'am Cristina Rodriguez, oo, nakalock ang mga profile ng mga trolls. I agree. So, ang ginagawa nila is they set up their accounts. Yung accounts na yon ay magko-comment. Now, there are very, very few who actually create an account and then they bash the former president or the vice president ng tuloy-tuloy. Sabi ni El Diego, tama, nakalock po sila. Uy, salamat kay Sets Ilam. Carlo, thank you very much. So, hi kay Ma'am Marlita Garcia na Banateros. Magandang gabi sa inyo. Ha? Go ka na? Okay, sige. Sabi ni Derdnick, dinawit niya pa yung ibang tao na andun sa usapan nyo, idinamay mo pa pati mga nasa Quadcom hearing, chain reaction mangyayari niyan. Ha? Pinagsasabi nito. Shadow ka namang anticipating, di pa naman kami pumupunta dyan sa usapan yan. So, parang nagtiwala kayo sa taong ilalaglag kayo sa mga patong-patong na mga kasong masasampa sa inyo niyan. Kay Karen Davila palang nahirapan na siyang sagutin yung mga tanong. Sino yung sinasabi ni Derdnick? Nahirapan na kayong sa mga patong-patong na mga kasong masasampa sa inyo niyan. Kay Karen Davila. Sinong in-interview ni Karen Davila? Sorry, I have been out for almost 24 hours. Ma'am Rebecca. Uy, salamat, Ma'am Rebecca. Si Abante. Okay, thank you, Dirk Nick. Next time banggitin mo, paano pa kay Panelo pa yan na tanong, ang daming mga lawyer at magagaling pang mga lawyer ang kasama ni Panelo, tapos yung iba na pwede din mag-testify na may nasagi yan, nagkayari-yari na. Okay, got it. Sabi ni Chris din, konti lang yung sa Duterte pero matatalino like you. Yung sa admin, ang dami nila pero sabaw. Marami rin naman dun sa Duterte side at maraming gumagaling po. Halimbawa, meron yung mga bagong lumilitaw, yung mga Dare to Ask, Banner PH dito. Of course, yung mga dati, sina Aaron, sa TikTok, ang daming magagaling ngayon. Hi! So, mga TikTokers, take a bow. Maraming gumagaling ng gumagaling. Mga humahabol, yung iba kasi wala sila doon during the Duterte period, yung iba sa kanila nga bata pa noon eh. Pero during the Duterte period, maraming nagfo-follow doon sa mga ilang mga vloggers. Pero what I'm happy to report is dumadami po. Dumadami po talaga at magagaling. So, and we will always share yung magagaling, except for one or two. Merong isa na pumunta pa sa page ko yung isang troll at sinabi, bakit di mo sinishare si? Huwag na natin banggitin kasi kakampi natin yun. Sabi ko, teka muna kasi unang-una bago. Although magaling naman, inaaral ko, pagtingin ko, sinasummarize lang pala niya yung mga sinasabi ko or sinasabi ng ibang mga vloggers, sasama-sama niya, tapos nagagalit kung bakit hindi ko sinishare. Huwag naman po ganon, hindi po tayo magkaaway at hindi po kami yung type na magsasabi, huy, share mo naman kami. Dito, oo, sa mga followers, I will say that, like, share, follow, subscribe, pero wala pa rin pilitan, encouraging lang. So, matututo din yun. Ito, sabi ni Kit Mateo David, gumagaling talaga lalo na sa katotohanan yung pinaglalaban. Totoo din naman po yun. Kasi nga, ang nakakainis lang is how they are trying to rewrite history. Parang pinapalabas nila na, na masama yung panahon noon and so on. What they forgot is grabe yung confidence natin noon. Ang saya-saya maging Pilipino. Ang mga OFWs, maraming sumusulat sa amin, nagme-message sa amin at sinasabing, proud na proud sila maging Pinoy. Pag sinabi, you Filipino, yes, I am. Duterte is my president. Meron pa sa ilang bayan na pinuntahan ko nung mga panahon na yon, parating sinasabi sa akin, you're from the Philippines, we like Duterte. Ganun. And yung mga, and these are ordinary people. We're not talking about government officials or anything like that. Hindi ito mga elite or anything. Sino po yung mga, ito yung mga ordinaryong mamamayan din doon sa, sa ibang bansa. Ito, sabi ni Ma'am Vanji, karamihan din ng mga nagko-comment sa mga news articles of MSM na against DDS ay mga trolls. Totoo yun. And some of them are actually hired by mainstream. Uy, thank you kay, ano ba yun, Sunrise? Basta yung skeleton yung, yung yung picture niya. So yun, so that's how we're going to try so dalawa yung paraan nila. So meron silang trolls, pero yung trolls nila, walang capability or very little yung capability for analysis and so on. Mayroong mga ilan-ilan, I've seen some on Twitter or X, meron din akong ilang nakita sa TikTok, pero hindi gaanong kagalingan at hindi gaanong ka-engaging. Kumbaga, hindi masyadong naiintindihan. Meron naman iba na kung magsulat, akala mo yung audience nila are not just English speaking, pero parang ang target nila ay upper middle class and so on. Okay lang yun para sa akin. We need to reach as many people as possible and as wide an audience as possible. So ito ang panangga natin sa mga ganong klaseng trolls. Huwag niyong tangkilikin yung mga mainstream na yan. Although pwede tayong pumitik dyan, pitikin nyo, sabihin ninyo, trolls lang naman po kayo eh. Puro trolls naman ang nandito, wala naman totoong tao. Pwede yung mga ganon. You don't need to contribute to their conversations, wag din kayo magpabugbog. Comment and out. Pero tangkilikin at puntahan parati yung mga accounts or mga sites na solid, na nandito sa panig natin, whatever panig that might be, di ba? We're not just kasi pro-Duterte. We're not even just anti-BBM. Thank you dun sa Times 10. We are pro-Philippines. And alam natin na ang naranasan natin sa dating administrasyon ay yung proud pa uli tayo. Nag-evolve uli yung national identity. Kumbaga, nandun na tayo sa punto na na-appreciate natin ang ating kasaysayan. Na-appreciate natin na ang Pilipino, we deserve the best. We deserve good politicians. We deserve people who are after our interests. Wala sa ating nagsasabi na perfect ang Duterte administration. Walang ganun. Pero ang sinasabi natin is ang gusto natin ay yung merong tunay na ano, we're not even romanticizing public service, yung talagang nagtatrabaho. So, sinasabi ni Duterte, mahal niya ang bayan niya, mahal niya ang Pilipino and all that. Yes, of course you do. But he actually showed it. Merong mga politicians na nagsasabi, may mga pa-cry-cry effect. Mahal ko kasi talaga ang bayan. Mga ganyan. Hindi, ang katunayan ng lahat, magpapatunay dapat yan. Dapat pinatutunayan yung mga yan. So, kung may politiko na magsasabi, mahal ko talaga ang bayan, patingin nga, anong ginawa mo? Sabi ni Marlon, I'm a best God's creation. I deserve a best president. Ganda naman ang pagkasabi mo. Thank you sa nagpadala ng cats po. Dami. Thank you very, very much. Sabi ni Frank, itutuloy ba ni PRD ang pagsampa ng kaso sa mga congressman? Let's see. Let's see. Paul Gamier, thank you. Si President Duterte, hindi yan magpapakita ng kamay ng ganong kadali. Hindi niya sasabihin na, kakasuhan kita. And then you will anticipate magkakaso siya. Titignan natin. May laro yan. Remember that he's a politician. And some of the things that he says aren't necessarily intended to be done, pero intended to elicit a reaction, to see what the actions are. So kunwari, ganyan ang power. And that's how you use power. Pa-explain ko ha. What is power? Power is the ability to move things or move people. So kunwari, pag binigyan ka ng order, sundalo ka, binigyan ka ng order ng general, the general has power because he can move the people who are under him. The system has given him that power. What about a person? If a person commands such respect that if he asks somebody to do something, it gets done. It's not just the system alone, but the person himself can compel you to do something. Now, there are many different ways of compelling. One is action, one is reaction. So, kunwari, I say something, sasabihin ko, paabot nga ng basong tubig, compulsion, binigyan akong basong tubig, either out of respect, out of the goodness of their heart, or because I'm afraid of that person, or that person is afraid of me, bibigyan ako. Now, what if I say something like, ang galing-galing talaga ni Duterte, tapos may mga umalma dyan. Reaction yon. You are able to move that person into reacting. That still is power. So, Duterte understands the use of power. He knows that if he says something, there will be a reaction. There could be an equal and opposite reaction like the Newtonian law, or it can be inaction. Somebody says, gusto ni Duterte ganyan, hindi ko gagawin. It's still a reaction of inaction. Yeah. Or may magsasabi, ayan bang gusto ni Digong? Sige, gawin natin yan. Still power. So, we will have to see. So, Duterte is not predictable. Yun nga po yung problema. Kaya nahihirapan yung kabila. Now, the reason yung punto ng live na ito is let us anticipate what they are going to do. Hindi ko po madidiscuss yung mga pinagkikwentuhan ninyo, yung mga interviews, mga ganyan, because I have been out. Okay? So, let's be realistic muna. O sige, ganito. If you want me to react to a certain event, you're going to have to tell me the event. Okay? Okay, because I have one specific topic in mind. Pagkikwentuhan natin yung topic na yun, kung meron kayong gustong idagdag, meron kayong gustong i-discuss na particular event, then you will have to make kwento that event. Okay, thank you very much. Sabi ni Ma'am Bicolanang Makulit, galit na galit sa akin mga relatives ko kasi nababasa pala nila mga comments ko sa mga posts sa mga DDS vloggers. Mga pink clowns kasi sila. I love it. I think we should be on that stage na kapag naka-elicit tayo ng nega from somebody else, remember, that is still the exercise of power. Which means, powerful ka eh. Nag-react yung mga relatives mo eh. Why are you asking what's with the barking? Sabi ni Derdnik, pero iba kasi talaga kayo, yung grupo niyo po, bukod sa magaling, hindi kayang bayaran ang puso't utak para sa kalokohan. Mahusay para sa bayan ang ginagawa, talaga not being biased. Uy, salamat po. Bakit pa kami napadpad dito? Kasi yung nagkaroon tayo ng presidente na suddenly ginagawa niya yung sinasabi niyang serbisyo. Okay, ICC. Okay, sige. Sagutin natin ito. Sabi ni Eunice and Matthew, magagamit ba ang statement ni PRD sa ICC? Diyos ko, they should. Alam niyo kung bakit? Yung mga taong natatakot kasi hindi ninyo nakita yung kabuuan. So titignan ninyo, may statement siya, oh, inutos ko nga, sinabi ko nga yun, ganyan, ganyan. And then at the end, sasabihin niya, pag nanlaban. So, I don't think, anyway, yung problema, bakit kayo natatakot? Ako, hindi ako takot dyan sa ICC na yan. Hindi ako takot dyan sa issue na yan. Yan ang dinadrumbeat ni Trillanes because one, they admit that locally, they no longer have any power. Kailangan maghanap sila ng solusyon sa labas ng Pilipinas. Hindi nyo ba nakikita yung part na yun? Bakit talagang pinagtutuunan nila ng pansin ICC? Do they control the ICC? No. They do not. The best thing they can do is give evidence and evidence and evidence and hope that that evidence passes muster. But why are they going to the ICC? Why yung ICC ang pinagtutuunan ng pansin? They saw the reactions of the Filipinos, many Filipinos. They saw the reactions to how people were responding to what Duterte was saying. Meron mga nagsasabi, hala, sinabi niya ganito. Ayan, admission, syungangers. You don't take one sentence out of context. The whole testimony is going to be taken into consideration. Paano yung parts na sinasabi niya, oo, sige, tama, gawin mo yan pag nanlaban. O paano yun? So negated. So you don't say, you don't take one thing and say, sinabi niya ito eh. Oo, pero titignan mo yung konteksto ng buong panayam, yung buong announcement, yung buong testimony. Another, bakit dun sila sa labas? Bakit sa ICC? Ibig sabihin, para sa kanila, dito hopeless na. They cannot convince us. Sa tingin niyo, si Trillanes, kung massive ang sumusuporta dun sa mga sinasabi niya, tatakbo ba yan ng mayor lang ng Caloocan? Tatakbo yan kung mahina ang senador, tatakbo yan presidente. Pero wala siyang makuha. Wala silang makuhang popular support. So they're going to go to an obscure court abroad in order to do that. So what I do not understand is bakit yung iba kayo, ay, oo nga pa kasi sinabi nga niya ganito. Pero pag tinignan ninyo yung kabuuan ng sinabi niya, hindi. At the very best, you could say that he had mixed messaging. Pero yung totoo lang, hindi mixed messaging yun. He was eliciting reactions, tapos babanat siya na kung nanlaban. Oo, kung nanlaban. Tapos sasabihin niya, oo, sinabi ko nga yun. Pero sa tingin niyo, yung mga pulis, gagawin nila yun? Sino dyan? Tignan mo mga graduate ng PMA, yung mga yan, sa tingin niyo, sumunod yung mga yan? Hindi nila alam na illegal yung order na gano'n? So, that's the prevailing sentiment. Yan ang tinihito nila. They're trying to make it look na, umamin si Duterte. Anong inamin niya? Ano? Well, at the end of it, sinabi niya, tignan niyo itong mga pulis na yan. O, tanong niyo, kay Senator Bato, in-order ko ba yun? At sumunod ba siya? Oh. So that's it. You should have watched the whole thing because in the first place, there's not a dull moment. And you would see a master at work. Politiko ito. At politiko siya ng masa. Hindi ito yung nice Mr. Nice Guy who's playing nice, who has to be nice to everybody because he needs everybody's vote. This guy has already gotten the vote. He's already become president. He has nothing to lose. Oh, sige, himay-himayin ninyo yung testimony niya. In the end, sasabihin ng court, you have to take the whole testimony. Ganyan ang rule dito sa Philippine Supreme Court. Oh, so if you think that they could actually go to the Philippine Supreme Court and say, this person has just admitted to giving an illegal order, ano sasabihin ng Supreme Court? He probably said that in one part of his testimony or even in 10 parts. Pero ang kabuuan ng testimony niya says that that's not the intent. The intent wasn't to order people to do what these people were thinking, to unalive people indiscriminately. No, he wanted to protect the police. Make sure that they remember that there are 3 exemptions, exempting circumstances in the revised penal code. Defense of self, defense of stranger, defense of family. So, di ba? And that's what I'm saying. Ang kabila, gusto nila sabihin ng sabihin na, hala, umamin si Duterte. But if you were looking at the people who were watching, and I saw so many, yung mga ordinary citizens, yung iba mga yung iba mga ordinary mamamayan, na broadcast na, nanonood sa sari-sari stall. Every time nagsasalita si Duterte, sigawan. Parang basketball game. People were cheering. And if you do not recognize the kind of response that he was getting from ordinary people, then mag-form ka talaga ng opinion na medyo lutang or takot. But look, sino ang takot? Hindi niyo ba nakikita yung mga reaction ng mga politiko? They now are trying to negate that. So remember this. Even the Philippine Supreme Court has said you don't take just one portion of somebody's testimony and create a context alien from its actual context. You will have to take the whole testimony into consideration. So there was no intent for him to say na, oo, ginawa ko nga yun. Na ano, with any seriousness. Why do you think he was bantering? Why do you think ang dami niyang biro doon? It was not intended to sound dramatic or anything like that. O, ano sinabi niya? Tignan mo, itong mga pulis na to, tanungin ninyo, sumunod ba sila? ICC. Diyos ko, Sir Trillanes, ano na yan, magbe-birthday na naman, mag-anniversaryo na naman yung sinasabi niyo, maglalabas na ng warrant ang ICC. It just shows his ignorance of not only of international law, but the Rome Convention, the procedures in the ICC, and all of that. He is talking out of his rear end. Okay? It's the wrong end of Senator Trillanes who is speaking here. So, ayan, magkakawarrant na. Magkakawarrant na pala. Eh, bakit nagsasubmit pa kayo ng additional evidence? Ibig sabihin, palpak na noon? Why is he saying, oh sige, let's send this, let's send all of this. Ibig mo sabihin, yung mga pinadala ninyo noon was not enough? Oh. Second, when they present that evidence, hihingin pa ng ICC yung side ng ng Duterte. Ano akala nila? Hindi sila sila lang ang pakikinggan? Sa tingin nila na it'll just be sila lang one-sided? Oh. At sino tong mga nagpipilit? Ano ba sila? Do they understand what President Marcos himself was saying, that we're not going to participate in the ICC? Tapos kindat-kindat na lang kay Solgen? Ay, nakakaloka tong mga to. What they're using kasi is ignorance. Yun yung problema. Yun ang difference. Yun ang difference ng mga nasa panig ng mga ng tama ng mga Duterte, unfortunately for them, di ba? Is that we educate. We tell people, oh, ganito yan. And sometimes it's even hard to hear it from us. Kasi, kunwari, minsan sasabihin ko sa'yo, actually, tama naman yung sinabi niya because the law says this. However, ganito. Sila, they are counting on your ignorance. So, meaning, nasa interest nila na tanga yung mga tao. So, they don't explain the ICC. Have you seen anybody on their end explain how things go in the ICC? No? SAS does that. We do that here in Luminous. Other people do that. But they do not explain how the ICC works. They do not explain what's going on. Diba? O meron ba? Sa kanilang side, meron bang nag-explain? Hindi. They want to keep you ignorant so that they can control and manipulate your opinions. That's why Sonny Trillanes has a difficult time trying to get the voters to side with him, to vote for him. Paano siya mananalo ng ganyan? Walang intention niya is to keep people poor and ignorant rin. It's such a dilaw playbook. Marian Villamor says, maraming beses akong nag-cheer sa Senate hearing every time nagsalita si PRD. Sabi ng anak ko, ano ba yan mama? Ang ingay mo. But you should have seen people who were gathered together. Andito ba sina Aaron? No, yung mga Duterte vloggers, we had the press conference, no? So before the press conference, they were watching. Magkakasama, oh my gosh, it was deafening. Wala pa si Presidente Duterte doon, wala pa si FPRD doon sa sa press conference. Sumisigaw na ng Duterte, Duterte. And it was a striking moment. Sabi ni Nicolay, si Trillanes, naku, pura lang yan yung ngawa, naging senador, pero tanga, akala siguro, pag nag-submit siya ng mga dokumento, kulong kagad si FPRD. Yun nga, that's what he's trying to tell people. But alam niya kasi na mali yun. Alam niya that it's not true, that's not right, that's not gonna happen right away. But he's counting on the DDS or the people who support Duterte or who are at least anti-BBM to lose faith, to lose hope. Kasi pag we lose hope, tatanggapin natin yung status quo. No, we have to reject the status quo. We have to reject that, na bumalik na tayo dun sa panahon ng dilaw. Kailangan i-reject natin yung belief na wala na tayong magagawa because they are in power. Hindi, reject that. Yung gusto ni Trillanes and the likes of him is for us to accept that we can no longer change things. Walang ganyan. We can always change things. Thank you kay Dila Tesca. Oy, and also, yung mga nagsasabi, hindi ako panig sa sinasabi ni Senator Lacson na si Risa Hontiveros lang ang nagganito, ang nagsalita. And that's an ongoing narrative. Makikita mo din yun. Makikita mo din yan kasi makikita mo yung iniisip nila. You just check out X, nandun kasi lahat ng mga dilaw. Makikita ninyo kung ano yung iniisip nila. At sinasabi nila, wow, only Senator Risa stood against Duterte. At chuchuchu, ganyan. Alam niyo kung bakit ganyan ang naratiba nila? Because she's looking to run for higher office. In 2028, gusto niya siya yung VP o tatakbo siya president. Kaya nga, may konting tempest in a teacup. May konting, hindi pa naman friction, hindi naman sila nag-aaway, pero may konting difference of opinion na sa mga dilaw. Kasi merong mga dyan who remain loyal to Lenny at all out ang support sa kanyang pagtakbong mayor. Pero tignan mo, tumatakbo lang ng mayor pero yung ingay pang presidential campaign. 'Di ba? Tapos merong iba naman doon na, i-set up na natin si Risa na for 2028 at chuchu silang ganyan. Ay, yan. So this is what's going on. So si Madam Risa, bukod sa meron naman siyang ongoing talaga na issues kay former President Duterte, she needed that platform to springboard to higher office para maging viable na siya. Iisipin kasi syempre may Inday Sara ang isang side. Kailangan, sino na yung sa atin? Sino na ang emerging? Meron dyan nagsasabi, it's Martin. But Martin cannot rise beyond a 30% trust and approval rating. Ang layo, left behind, left in the dust siya. Right now, Martin Romualdez does not look like a viable alternative for 2028 no matter how much money he tosses in at people. So, Lisa knows this, so na-presenta siya. Diba? Siya naman ngayon. Look at me. Kulang na lang. Diba? Thank you, Kay Toots. So ayan, meron pa silang mga Senator Risa, the Great Slayer. Chus! Sinong na-slay doon? Nakaladkad nga eh. Diba, hilahin kita. Hindi siya makasagot. Senator Risa has no sense of humor. And if there's one thing that you need from the Filipino people is you must be able to deal with things with a sense of humor. Wala eh. Yung isa kong kalaban mo, komedyanteng lubos, with a good track record among the people, where it counts. Asan ang grassroots support ni Senator Risa when all of her sentiments are so dilaw, they're so woke, they're so beyond the poverty levels? Hmm. Yun, sinasabi may post siya, tinanong lang daw, naihisa nervyos. Excuse me. So that is ageist. Tandaan ninyo, parang pinapalabas nila na matanda na yung kalaban nila, na incontinent na and all that. But that wasn't the reaction that was elicited from the people. But they're trying so hard, but it's not working. Nagkaka-traction ba? Wala. They just get shouted down. Sabi ni Shana, pinakain nga ng alikabok si Pangilinan ni VP, si Risa pa. Ha? Mm. Sabi ni Ma'am Christine too, attorney, Risa is so out of touch with the people. Yun na nga. Eto pa yung nakakatawa. Tinitignan ko yung mga yung ex no, a few days ago kasi nasa biyahe nga ako, medyo out of touch. So, tinitignan ko yung mga komento. Merong iba na they decided na pagtripan nila si Attorney Harry Roque. Tapos yung mga komento nila doon, chinek ko, violation ng Safe Spaces Act, particularly on online, it's something like online sexual harassment. Very, very similar. So, etong mga pawok na mga followers kunwari ni Senator Risa, sila mismo hindi nila naiintindihan kung ano ang ginawa ni Senator Risa with the violation with Safe Spaces Act. They have not themselves been educated. So tingnan ninyo, yan ba ang klaseng leader na susundan ninyo? Na gumawa siya ng batas na kahit sarili niyang mga followers hindi naiintindihan? Ay nako. So yan. And classic example now, dinudumog ang TikTok ng mga trolls ng kabila, again, because they have no pages of their own. They have no following of their own. So, all they can do is pumunta sila dun sa mga tao na mismong may following, sa mga tao na mismong may mga nanonood. Kasi that's the only way that they're going to get any traction. And so for former Senator Trillanes, for Sonny Trillanes, in order for him to get an audience, he has to talk about Duterte. Because hindi naman siya papansinin pag sinabi niya na, babangon ng Caloocan, lilinisin ko yung kalye, tatanggalin ko yung billboards. Wait, he did not say that. Wala pa akong nakikitang pangako niya. Ay, kay Gallows God, sabi niya, before the hearing, super tahimik ng AFP personnel about government issues. After that, nakikita ko na dumadaming nagpo-post and like ng posts in defense of PRD. Digong has sparked some courage in us. Thank you very much, Gallows God. That is so enlightening and encouraging. Guys, stop asking me about anong masasabi ninyo sa ganito, ganyan. Galing ako sa biyahe, hindi ko alam lahat yan. And please, I don't react on everything. I don't react ng out of ignorance. Kung gusto ninyo ng ganong klaseng reaction, doon kayo kay Sonny Trillanes magpa-react. Sabi ni Ma'am Violeta, my son who is just 15, he listened to the opening statement of PRD and I saw him smiling and I know that he feels the dedication of PRD as president before. By the way, he's just a grade 10 student. Ma'am, walang just a grade 10 student. He is a future voter. And now, this is somebody whose standards are already elevated. Ngayon pa lang. Sabi ni Sassy, no way siya dito sa Caloocan, apal niya. Sabi ni Manny Dane, nakalimutan ni Virus, wala siya sa posisyon niya ngayon kung walang tulong ng mga Duterte. Ganun ba? Sabi ni Leo 13, halata naman sa liig ni attorney na gutom na si attorney. San sa liig ko ang gutom dyan? Nakikita pala ang gutom dito. Huh? Sa aking flawless na liig. So, yun ba yung napapansin ninyo? So, sa dami-dami ng sinabi ko, liig ko talaga yung pinansin mo. Tol! Hi kay Andeng. Okay, sabi nga kay Tol, kung gutom ako, okay lang. I need to lose weight anyway. And by the way, mamatay siya sa inggit, bumabiyahe ako ngayon. Anong sinasabi? Is the due process applicable pa rin po ba sa mga biktima ng war on drugs if the suspect is armed and ready to the police but eventually? Okay. Merong tinatawag na standard operating procedures among the PNP at the time. But it is also included in the revised penal code. Defense of self is an exonerating circumstance, meaning you cannot be expected to allow a person to harm you, but you will defend yourself. So, asan ang due process dyan? Later on, pagdating na sa hukuman, ang ang malilitis niyan, posible yung police, both administratively and criminally, kung ifa-filean siya ng kaso ng pamilya. Okay? So, haharapin sa judge. The due process applies when he raises the defense, his self-defense as a circumstance exonerating him. So, due process is always applicable. Pero dun sa mga sinasabing biktima on the war on drugs, ibig sabihin, kakasuhan nila yung police, the police have the due process. Diba? They have the right to answer for this in a fair trial. So, yun po yun. Daft Team says, para akong nagme-melt kay Lisa nung sinasabi ni PRD, dapat bago ka magsalita, magko-consult ka ng attorney. Thank God, sabi ni Chef, si PRD yung binibigay ni God ng time ng pandemic. Bakit tinutulungan ba? Sinong tinutulungan? Ma'am John, Ma'am Rebecca, thank you very much. Diyos ko, merong ibang mga nagto-troll by asking the questions repeatedly, kaka-explain ko lang tapos tatanungin nila. Yung mga ganyan, di ko na po sasagutin. Bahala na kayong maghanap ng ano, ng ng replay. Sandali, hindi ko makita yung iba ninyong mga comments. Sabi ni Mark Montemayor, I agree with Saiwar's strategy when FPRD said BBM is weak leader. This should be the opportunity for BBM to prove himself. It's a challenge for his leadership. This is where he failed. Okay, next. Protect antivirus pa nga sila as if naman malakas yung virus eh hindi naman pinapansin. Napaka-weak naman para mag-aksaya ng panahon. Sabi ni Daude, sabi ni Dan Bold Actor Fernandez, sorry, mali po spelling nyo. Habulin daw nila si Colonel. Pwede ba yung nasa witness protection na siya ng Senado? Witness protection ng Senado, wala pong ganun. Merong witness protection ng DOJ, unless tinatago siya mismo ng Senado. That's a different thing altogether. Senate custody. Sabi ni Makinik, FPRD will forever be our tatay, a father who guides his children towards a safe and secure future. Erickson says, this is a good question. Sabi niya, si Grijaldo, bakit hindi pwede ipagtanggol ng legal ng PNP? Actually, ang PNP, lahat po, hindi po nila pinagtatanggol. Unlike noon sa NBI, there was a time na ang NBI nag-attempt man lang sila, nagkaroon sila ng employees cooperative at meron silang iniipon, meron silang mga pondo para sa mga ahente na nakakasuhan in the line of duty. Now, ganito yon. Kapag ikaw po ay doing your job, tapos kinasuhan ka, normally the agency should defend you. Kasi ang kinakasuhan is actually the agency. Kung ang kinakasuhan ay yung agency, pero yung tao lang ang naging parang focal point ng ginagawa ng ahensya, which is why sometimes it is the head of agency na kinakasuhan. Ngayon, in criminal cases, hindi po ganon. So, dinidefend ka kunwari ng abogado ng agency kapag you are being sued in representation of the agency or by doing the job that the agency is tasked to do. Criminal cases, however, are a different matter. Wala po talaga, hindi po. It is a government policy na hindi pinagtatanggol ang mga alleged violations ng crimes, even if hindi pa po tapos yung mga hearings. Now, there are cases na merong ebidensya tapos umaabot dun sa punto na maghihearing at dun sa hearing madidismiss. Pero kung may kasabay yun na administrative case, minsan nauuna yung administrative case, madidismiss ka sa serbisyo. Tapos maa-acquit ka later on dun sa criminal case. So, yun ang sinasabi namin noon pa, na the government has not set up any mechanism to help out kapag criminal na yung kaso. Oo, ito tama si Ron, sabi niya also, Attorney Gamboa decimated Jokno. Totoo 'yon. Ang hina nung rebuttal ni Jokno, sinabi niya, but it also appears in this other. No. So, inexplain na ni General Gamboa. Number one, why was that term being used? Because it was used even before in the Philippine Constabulary. And when the PNP transitioned from the Constabulary to the INP to the PNP, they maintained their language. They maintained some of the rhetoric, some of the terms. No, there is specific language in each agency, but there's actually in linguistics we call that very specific language or built by communities. So, for example, in Ateneo, when my boys went to the Ateneo grade school, they learned terms like PAL, I forgot na the other terms that are strictly Ateneo terms na sila lang ang nakakaintindi. Nakakaano. And then, you go to the PMA, there are even more terms. So later on, on a larger scale, the military, they also have their own terms. They also have their own expressions. And these terms, neutralize, etc., all of these were part of a language of a community. So, tama si General Gamboa in that the term found its way into the PNP. However, if there was a criminal intent behind the use of that term, it would never have been put into black and white. So, akala ba ni Attorney Jokno nakapuntos siya pagka ganon? Ayun, sabi ni Jederly La Suerte, every profession has its own jargon. That is correct. Sabi ni Ritz, totoo ba attorney na si RJ Nieto ang nasa likod ng pagka-hack ng FB page ni Sas? I don't think Sas says that. Does Sas say that? Oh, she would know better eh. Pero ako kasi I don't see any evidence, but that's not me. Sa akin, the best person to ask would be Sas. Sabi ni Tibo, is the term you're referring to jargon? Not necessarily, because there are families also that have their own specific language. It evolves later on. If you isolate these groups enough, they will become languages or dialects. Who is BF? Sabi ni Karen Abrakel 25. What is MMMBF? Kung kakapasok niyo lang, you might want to check out the replay later on. Sabi ni Bright, kaya pala tulala sila De Lima at Jokno habang nagsasalita si PRD dahil di nila in-expect na ang galing pa rin ni PRD at na-dominate ni PRD ang Senate hearing. Parang si PRD ang Mr. Chair. There's some point where actually it started to look like the Senate had lost control eh. Totoo yan. But I think they were quiet because they also understood that they weren't going to win at that hearing. There was no way that they could say anything na walang comeback na nanggagaling kay PRD. Plus, a majority of those that were sitting, including apparently Senator Pimentel himself, were all either intimidated or on the side of PRD, of FPRD. Except, of course, for Senator Risa and sino pa ba, parang wala na. Sabi ni Gallows God, yung mga pinks naman who keep whining on about inclusivity, tolerance, etc., sila actually ang intolerant. They can't stand it when people have views opposite theirs. I agree with many of them, but not, I wouldn't say all eh, kasi may mga kaklase ako na pink rin. And what I do like about them is that some of them, is that they truly believe in these ideals, which I find, find is a good trait. Meron sa kanila, their politicians are execrable. Talaga. Because they don't even believe in the things that they're espousing. They're just using it to differentiate themselves. Thank you kay Dudes. Stella says, bakit si Risa mas gustong ipagtanggol mga drug lord, addict at smuggler? In fairness to her, meron siyang laugh emoji. Mas gusto niyang bigyan ng karapatan ang mga dapat mawala na sa mundong ito. Okay, but let's clarify that. Ha? I don't think naman that she really intends that. To be fair, this is always there's always tension between protecting the rights of an accused and protecting the victims. So, yung victims, they have the weight of government, of the state on their side, or ideally, which is why, di ba, nasa side mo, hindi mo kung in a criminal case, the victim's family, they don't even need a lawyer in the hearings. The prosecutor will do that for you. He's on your side. He's on the side of the people, and the victims, sila yung people. Okay? Now, pagka-accused ka, all of that, the DOJ, the prosecutors, all of that, the entire system is already against you. And the only person who stands for you is your lawyer. Which is why the Constitution seeks to balance things out. Kasi mahirap nga naman pag nag-iisa ka tapos ang kalaban mo, all of the machinery of the state. Now, sometimes, magaling talaga yung lawyer ng kabila at lahat ng batas at lahat ng yung pagbabasa ng batas, they know how to obey the letter of the law. They also know how to use their rights. Na minsan, the victims feel na bakit lahat ng protections nasa akusado. This is a constant tension between these two interests. And that's actually what the legal system encourages. Parati yang nag-aagaw ng punto, kumbaga. Because if you will notice, the system is about balance. That's why Lady Justice holds scales. Okay? There is one side and then there's another side. And somewhere in between that is the truth. So unfortunately, for many people, nakikita nila the damage and the pain of victims of those who have abused drugs. On the other hand, victims din po ang gusto nilang protektahan, kaya lang victims in the war on drugs. Now, para sa akin, it's stupid to think that an entire system is going to be perfect. No. There will always be people who fall between the cracks. There will always be people who are incapable of producing the kind of evidence that the prosecution has against you. And there will always be people who will not get the justice that they seek. But in general, this is the system that we have. And if there are people who fall between the cracks, fall between the, fall into limbo, then we address that, but we address it separately. We don't need to indict the system because unless you have a better system in mind, diba? There's no need to indict the entire system, but we will take care of the victims. Yun ang inaano natin dyan. That's why si President Duterte, he took care of the parents of Kian. Kaya nga, katakataka gagamitin ng sino ba nagpatawag doon sa sa tiyo ni Kian to have him speak out there. Ang sabi sa akin ni Doc Lorraine is, this person is a member of, I don't know, of a leftist group or something like that. Palm Olive says, nakakatawa yung tanong ni Risa kung ano daw yung structure ng death squad, kung merong team leader, ganun. Parang parang may sinasabi lang si Presidente Duterte na, alam mo yun, dinadamay siya ni FPRD, kumagat naman siya. Sabi ni Perlito, naging senador ni basketball court, wala nang ipinatayo dito sa amin sa Caloocan. Ay, oo nga eh. Sabi ni Ray Miel Gamao, I'm starting to question the intent behind these Senate hearings on the war on drugs led by Senator Risa Hontiveros. Are these proceedings genuinely in aid of legislation as they're meant to be, or are they serving more as a platform to boost her profile for the upcoming senatorial race? Well, she doesn't need to run. May term pa siya, up to 2028 pa po siya. So, no, she's boosting her profile to run for vice president or president in 2028. Dito sa question mo, what free melon shake, panoorin niyo po yung replay. Tapos na po yan kanina. That was the first thing that we answered. Natatawa ako sa mga general pronouncements ni FPRD nung hearing, atat na atat yung mga walang alam sa proseso ng batas na gagamitin daw sa ICC yung pag-amin ni PRD about DDS, walang bearing as evidence. Sabi pang nga ng mga ignorante at bida-bida, this is it, Sus Mariosep. Again, I will reiterate that in a testimony, the whole thing must be taken into consideration. You cannot take it out of that context. Hi kay user 4198. Sabi ni Gallows God, sa unit namin, pinanood namin live stream. The next day, ni-replay pa and lots of cheering for the old man. Thank you. Natin yan. Sana makarating yan. Eggy, yes, I work in government. Most of us watched the hearing and I can't believe that most of us were quietly rooting for PRD. I got teary-eyed because I felt something I had not felt in a long time. Hope. I think that was the entire point. And I'm so happy to hear that he has succeeded. Hi, thank you kay Senyorito. Sabi ni Luis, thank you for taking care of PRD. Oh, I'm probably the smallest member of the groups that take care of him. There's so many good people, and thank goodness for that. So many good people that surround him. And I am also happy na sina Senator Bato, Senator Robin, they rose to the occasion. Thank you, Buds Palme. Sabi niya, listening how you explain, nakakatalino. Salamat po. Baby Faces. Hello, ma'am. Nakita ko po kayo sa Malacanang serving Duterte. Happy for you. I was only there about 2 or 3 times. Ducky's here with me. Hannah, Ducky's here with me. Stan BL says, mga kababayan, huwag niyong pansinin si Trillanes. Sabi na nga ng teacher ko nung high school, kapag pumatol sa baliw, dalawa na kayo. Ang talino ng teacher niyo, no wonder you turned out so well. Hey Teddy, andito rin pala si Teddy. Oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by dogs. Hi kay Mon Samson ng Manila Bulletin. Guys, say hi to Teddy. Hi Teddy. This is Teddy. Obviously, I'm not holding a cat. This is Teddy. Hi. Sabi ni Azazel the Goat, nakabantay talaga ako kung i-contempt nila si PRD during the hearing kasi if ginawa nila ready ng mga DNA samples nila. Sabi ni Alan, please stay with PRD and stand for him. I have no plan. Ano sinabi dun sa sa an officer na gentleman? I have no place to go. Ano ba yan? I don't have any place to go. Sabi ni Bensky, ano po pwede ikaso kina Dan and Abante? Attempted perjury. Something like that. Sabi ni Charm Papang, nag-aakusa si Risa pero may case siya sa PhilHealth. Actually, ang sinasabi ni Senator Risa is she has no case sa PhilHealth, which for me is kind of, sabi niya she has been cleared. That's why, she's considering filing cases against people who say that. Awan ko. I'm not KCB. Thank you. Ay, Bobet Zaid. Thank you for the baseball. Ako si Clark, thank you very much. Uy. Gallows God says, matatawa lang ang judge if they brought all that in court, even if PRD says I killed so many people. Who? Corpus delicti, walang mapakita naman si Risa, and also where are the literal bodies? Totoo yun. If you will notice, and this is something that we should pay attention to, may mga sinasabi, 30,000, so many killed. But when they specify certain cases, it has nothing to do with Duterte. Here's the thing, they cannot use the Kian case to exemplify itong yung kay PRD. Bakit? Because the police admit na, they unalived Kian. Not because of any existing policy, not because the president ordered them to, it was a shortcut for them. They were going to claim na ito, durugista to, and so on, which means that they were committing a crime at the time. It had nothing to do with government. There was there's no policy. They never even claimed that they did it because Duterte told them to. No. It was part of their job as police to find yung mga sellers pursuant to the law, and they unalived him because it wasn't even clear what the reason was. Simply as a shortcut. Mga bago pa yung mga pulis na yun. Gladys, thank you very much. Hi, ako si Clark. Sabi ni Ma'am Christine, lapses in war on drugs also falls on legislators. They keep blaming PRD and enforcers. Congressmen never look at themselves that they also drop the ball in lawmaking and oversight. Example, Kiko's juvenile delinquency law, totoo yan. They also did not do the appropriate oversight pagdating sa juvenile law. Dapat nakita na nila. In fact, tingin ko, alam nila yon na ang ginagawa ng mga pulis, di ba, catch and release. Pagka may nahuli silang minor de edad na establish yung minority release, if you even look at the juvenile delinquency law, nobody is following it. Bakit? Kapag merong ganon, yung children in conflict with the law, yes, Hannah? Okay na ba itong dalawa? I think mga 7. Yeah, thanks. So, instead of following up, pamangkin ko yan, instead of following up on what is happening, napabayaan lang nila. Ano mangyayari pag nahuli, bata, in conflict with the law? Pauuwiin. Pero the Juvenile Delinquency Act says that you can release to the parents or to the barangay captain. The barangay has the obligation to monitor the child's progress. Meaning, dapat merong nangyayari rehabilitation of some sort para naiintindihan ng bata na ito ay nag-commit ng crime or something. Yeah, nag-commit ng crime and eventually develops an understanding of the effects, the possible effects this could have on him or her. Walang ganon. So catch and release lang sila. And this, tama, has an effect on all of us. Thank you kay Ria, kay Cramio, kay Paul, kay Maiko, kay Davao Investment, kay Jovem. Very much kay Jovem. Ian Paul, Madam Ellie is here. Hi. Jed Henry, Ronnie. Yan. Monitor si Madam. Roldy Singian says, merong binunyag ang Net25 po about Trillanes na nasa Quadcom office daw po siya. Every hearing ng Quadcom, may CCTV daw po. Wow, thank you Net25. So ano yan, hand in glove sila. Thank you kay Zaldi. Paul Edward says, salamat po kay Colonel Grijaldo, attorney, for his revelations na basag ang Quadcom. Pero sino po ang mas tama, Senator HOR? Wala, there's no such thing as mas tama. These are two co-equal branches of the legislature. So, the Senate cannot make a law on its own. The House cannot make a law on its own. They have to concur. Without it, wala. Sabi ni masunuring reklamador. Ang cute ng name. Miss na miss ka na namin. Salamat po sa live. Done sharing, watching from Taiwan, waiting super bagyo to arrive. Oh my goodness. Please guys, be prepared ha. Saan ba daw po tatama ang super bagyo? Hi kay Cramio, Jed Henry, at saka kay Baxter. Uy, dito naman mag-hi rin muna. Vincent, thank you. Sabi niya, nagpadala siya for the chickens, Levi and Eli. Yes, sige, I will make sure that they get an extra treat when I get home. Right now, the chickens here are not chickens. They're two dogs, Teddy and Ducky. Paul Mark says, nakakabuhay ng dugo nang nagsalita si PRD. Nakakamiss na may leader tayo, may accountability. I agree. Thank you. Ria says, PRD and the Senate proved that we, the law-abiding citizens, are not dumb and have been made a thinking public by the very president that took his job seriously. FPRD made us think logically. I like this. Sabi ni, walang name eh, during PRD term, buong barangay namin tumino. Sabi ni Baba Nana, tumaas engagement ng mga topic about PRD itong paglabas niya sa Senate. Hi, Ma'am Yvette. Thank you. That's a bonus. Sabi ni Andeng, natahimik na si Alice Go. Salamat kay PRD, Inday. Ano yun? Kay VP Inday at kay PRD. Can you elaborate po what guilt is personal in Duterte's statement? Sabi ni Alejandro. Alright, let's get to that. Wait lang.